Yep, so that's about the closest I'll get to a clip in the beta. I kid you not, guys, first time I ever even played that frontline game mode. I didn't even want it. I was playing like the Mosh Pit playlist and just happened to get it. Then the second round of that game, I run back to their spawn, I hit marker a triple collat. But I mean, that's just my luck. But anyway, what is up, guys? It is OTG Clips here, bringing you guys another video today on Infinite Warfare. In the previous video, I did mention that I was going to be making a second video talking about my opinions on this game. And if you guys did miss that, basically, as you all know, I'm an Xbox One player, but I do have some friends that were providing me gameplay on the PS4 in week 1 of the beta. And so I gave my opinions on the game just from watching some gameplay. And here I am now that I have the Xbox One beta. I am here to give you guys my opinions after playing. And another thing I did mention in the video before this was that I am among the minority that actually was excited for this game and is actually really hyped. So therefore, a lot of the opinions you might be hearing in this video are going to be probably positive. But no game is perfect, and I am going to discuss some negatives. So just to start off, I will say honestly, I love this game. Although it has only been 2 days, I really have been enjoying playing the game. The more and more I think about it, I'm actually getting super excited for this game's full version to come out this November. And the more and more I also think, I'm actually going to be so depressed whenever I have to go back to Black Ops 3 for like 2 weeks. Even though Black Ops 3 wasn't really a bad game, I just feel like Infinite Warfare is so much better. It's kind of like playing a really good game and then going back to an older game that you don't like as much. And in comparison to like the newer, better game, it makes the old game that's actually not terrible look even crappier than it really was. And I feel like just at this time of year with older CODs and stuff, like especially the new games, like they just seem to be getting stale so quickly. I just feel like in these last 2 weeks on Black Ops 3, I'm just generally going to have an unentertaining time. But anyway, back on to Infinite Warfare. I do want to give you guys some more feedback, just like on the first video. So I'll start off with graphics and visuals in the game. I know this doesn't really matter, but the main menu and like the layout of the menus in this game actually does look really good. Going into this game, before I had the beta, I remember like being told about all the quartermasters and the variants and all that, and I expected this game to be so complex, super complicated, and just really hard to get to know. But the game's layout is actually making it really simple and easy to learn, which is awesome because I really like, I'm not a fan of how Call of Duty can get like super complex. I really don't like that. I really like it being more simple and easy to get the hang of. And this game was a lot easier than I expected. And on to in-game visuals and graphics. I do, like I said in the last video, I love the color, the way they do colors in this game. They do have colors in the maps. It's not all like boring brown and gray and all that. But there is colors, but they're not super saturated and they're not super bright like Black Ops 3 was. And for the first time in Call of Duty, they've actually given us like film grain and motion blur and stuff like that that you can turn on in the settings. Personally, I love motion blur in video games. I just like it. I don't know why, I just do. So seeing that in Call of Duty is just awesome. And as far as just graphics go in general, the maps actually do look really good for a beta. They've only got 2 weeks to make some final changes, and I'm sure they're going to be working really hard. And there are many more maps that we will get to see in the future, and I'm sure they're going to look amazing. But for a beta, the graphics already do look really good. Moving on to combat rigs, I wasn't really a fan of specialists in Black Ops 3, but in this game, they're better. Personally, I don't really like specialists in general just because I feel like putting a specialist weapon up against another player with a regular gun is almost making that other person underpowered. I'm a fan of balance in Call of Duty. I really do like balanced gameplay, and I feel like going up against a specialist kind of makes it unbalanced, but it's whatever. But I do gotta say, some of the specialists in this game, or rigs I guess, are actually super fun. And they do have the same problem as Black Ops 3 did with them. Like, some of them are just extremely overpowered. Like, if you look on the screen right now, I'm pulling up this nice little quad feed with a Synaptics, equalizer. Some of the specialists are super OP, but they are fun to use, I will say that. So in fair defense, I couldn't really care if they were in the game either way. The only main problem I do have with combat rigs is that you can change them mid-game. Again, if you look on the screen, you can see whenever you go in the middle of the game to go change your class, there's a button at the top that says Select Combat Rig. I don't know, I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but I feel like that's kind of stupid. Maybe it's just because I'm used to Black Ops 3 where you had to pick one and just keep it in the game, and maybe it'll actually end up becoming useful, but for now I just really don't like the idea. Alright, and moving on from that, I did want to talk about sniping actually. I'd really told myself at the beginning of the beta and before the beta that I was not going to snipe whatsoever. Maybe I'd end up picking up one off the ground, getting a quick scope with it, and then never touching it again. But I've actually spent quite a decent amount of time sniping in this beta. And the main reason is, it's actually good. I hated Black Ops 3 sniping because there was no target assist or aim assist, whatever it was. I just feel like in Black Ops 3 I was never able to grasp a good skill with sniping. I mean, overall in the game I've hit one PO6 quad. I actually hit a Locust 5-on banger, which was honestly pretty lucky. And then I hit a trick shot, which has nothing to do with the skill of sniping. But then you've got people like Skills and Shadows who are just hitting clips basically every day. Some people were better than others, clearly, at sniping in Black Ops 3, but I feel like in this game, since there is target assist or aim assist, it's going to give a lot of other players like an opportunity to get better and try to snipe more. This is especially good for the god-awful players like myself, because now I've actually been enjoying sniping, so maybe I'll be able to snipe a lot more in the actual game. But one thing I did want to get out of the beta was what kind of a player I'm going to be. And what I mean by that is like what kind of weapon I'm normally going to use. Back in Advanced Warfare I was primarily a sniper and a sub player. In Black Ops 3 I ran a lot of ARs and subs, I was kind of mixed between those two. But in this game, I really cannot figure out what I want to use. Both the subs and ARs are actually pretty balanced in the maps that we've been given. I feel like whether or not I run an AR or a sub is entirely going to depend on what map I get. Some of the more close range maps like Frontier would be a really good map to run a sub on, but if you go on to like Throwback, for example, that'd be a better map for like an AR. But as far as gun balance goes, it's still not perfect. I don't really think it ever will be as perfect as Black Ops 2 was. But this game does have pretty good gun balance. So overall, I'm actually really excited for this game to come out in November. I really just cannot wait. And another general thing I want to say, like I said in the very beginning, is I love this game. I really enjoy it. Whether I'm among a minority or not, I stand strong with my opinion. And I think this game is actually going to be really good. And as far as the other game modes, we still have not gotten even a taste of what campaign is going to be like or what zombies is going to be like. All we really have right now is trailers. And plus, if you're not a fan of any of those, you got Modern Warfare Remastered. So yeah, I definitely can't wait to upload more videos of Infinite Warfare in the future. I'm really going to try to balance it out with Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare gameplay at the same time. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. And also subscribe if you are new to the channel. And as always, hope you guys had a good day. And I'll talk to you all in the next video. Goodbye.